Okay, everyone, we're going to go ahead and get started. I have with me Stephanie Nasvik. She's the Workbench guru here. So she's going to be doing the Workbench sessions today.
Hi, everybody. Stephanie's here. And again, we're going to go through the Workbench Flash sales report today. We're going to learn about how to pull it, navigate to it, and what some things in the report mean. This is just a friendly webinar etiquette reminder. Please put your phone on mute when you are not speaking. If you're listening to the audio directly from your computer instead of calling in, be sure to mute your computer's microphone. This helps to minimize some of that background noise. You can access your computer's microphone options by going to Control Panel, Sound, Recording tab. And due to the large number of people, we will unmute all for questions at the end. And also feel free to enter any questions in the chat, and we'll be sure to address them. So a little bit about me. I'm the BU trainer for inventory. I was formerly an inventory and then a senior inventory analyst for 3 years. And now a fun fact, my kittens and my dog have just started getting along. So the Flash report is for analysis and communication with business partners. Today we're going to learn what information is provided in the Flash report, and we're going to learn how to run the Flash report. A little note about data availability. When we're looking at the reporting, receipt information goes back 2 years by KSN or 18 months by purchase order. Sales information goes back 2 years. Inventory is 2 years for fiscal week. If you're pulling it day by day, then it's 35 days. Order tracking goes back 15 months, and accounts payable is a rolling 12 months. Please do note that it can take up to 2 days for data changes to reflect in Workbench. And a note for Sears JIT vendors. Sales and inventory are not available in Workbench. Request SVP access for Workbench, not full access. Sales and inventory is available on the Sears Business Exchange, and just send an email to vendors@searshc.com for access. So the Flash sales report provides sales for the last 4 fiscal closed weeks, year-to-date for basic merchandise, or life-to-date for seasonal merchandise. Centralized markdown management system data, current inventory, current on order, and receipt information. Closed stores are removed from totals on the Flash report. And to navigate to the Flash, we're going to go to Sales, Item Sales, and then Flash once we sign into Workbench. So from the vendor portal, you can see on the left-hand side a list of applications, and we're going to go to the first one, SHC Merchant Workbench. As you can see here, I was navigating using Chrome. Workbench does look better in Internet Explorer. So now we've got a nicely formatted SHC Merchant Workbench.
And hold on 1 second. We're going to make sure that we share this so that you can see. Sorry about that. Sorry, just give us 1 second. Okay, everyone should now be able to see Workbench in Internet Explorer.
Yes, and I mean, you can use it in Chrome, it just doesn't look as nice and it's harder to navigate. So, like I said earlier, we're going to navigate to the Flash by going to Sales, clicking on Sales, and then scrolling down, Item Sales, and Flash. So this is the reporting prompt. As you can see, you have merchandise hierarchy options here. Kmart merchandise hierarchy is currently being shown. If you want to, you can select the Sears merchandise hierarchy by clicking on the button. From here, you would select the divisions you want to pull. You can go even further if you would like to select a certain number of categories, and if you select just one category, you have the option of pulling different subcategories within. As we continue down the screen, you can see this radial button for item ID, KSN ID, and reporting ID. If you have a list of any of these, you can input them here by typing and then clicking Add. You can also load a CSV file, and it will populate this box. The detail level that this report is viewed best at is the KSN ID level, so that's what we've got here. You have the option to pull at these other levels as well. Scrolling further down, merchandise selections. If you don't want to view non-replenishable, you would select only replenishable. Same thing with the import code if you're only looking for import or non-import. And KSN purchase status, if you're not worried about unavailable KSNs, you can further modify these here. There's also the season code restrictions and vendor stock numbers. All of that data can be added if you choose. Then going to the right, this available columns section is really the most important thing about this report. So everything that is highlighted in blue will show up for you in your report. Everything that is white doesn't show up. If you want something that isn't blue to show up on your report, you just hold your control key and then click on it. If you want something that is blue to go away, you don't want to see it, same thing, control and click. And you can further use metric qualifications if you choose to. Once you are happy selecting what you want to select here, to get the report to run, you would click Submit. Once you click Submit, the report generates. Because we have multiple vendors on the phone and I don't want to share any cost info, we're not going to actually do that in this live webinar. But you would get something that looks like this. You can see here we've got this report broken out into two pieces so you can kind of see each piece. We've got the division, category, subcategory. Then here's some KSN IDs, sub-season codes, vendor names, DUNS numbers, descriptions. We've got carton quantity information, and then we've got the year-to-date if it were a basic merchandise, and life-to-date if it was seasonal. We've got sell-through. You've got sales units, weeks of supply information. All of these good things are total DC inventory units, all of the things that we need to use to communicate with every business partner. If you choose to export it to Excel, then you would get a report that looks like this. And you can modify these a little bit more easily. You can add it to a macro. You can use filtering. Something that wasn't displayed in the PowerPoint slide is this markdown information. And this is the last change date, so this is the last time some type of markdown was taken on the item. And then the store count for it, what it was selling at for markdown. So that's the information that we really want to know. That way you can communicate with your merchants and with your inventory team about what you're seeing. An important call out about the flash. Data totals are actually updated on every Sunday, I believe. So basically what that means is if you run this report on a Friday, you're really not getting the most up-to-date information. It's better to run it at the beginning of the week so you can see in more real time. So some information, if you've got additional questions that come up after you try running the report yourselves, here's the contact information for our team. To contact me, if you have questions about what some column means that you're looking at, feel free to give me an email. I'm at stephanienosick@searshc.com. If you're contacting vendor support, Please make sure that you're including this basic information, your pay duns, the description, report name, criteria selections, and any screen prints that might help solve your issue. There's another really nice feature. It is not part of the Flash report, but it's part of SHG Workbench. It's the help feature, and this will open a separate online help window to locate step-by-step instructions for all of these reports. You can see some sample reports and metrics, lots of definitions and helpful hints for using Workbench. I would really recommend checking out the help. You can learn a lot, and it's got some really nice hot-spotted reports. So you can see what the report looks like and then find out what the description of the column that you're looking at is. So oftentimes when reports are not looking right to you, if you're not seeing items that you know are selling, if you're not seeing something that you own being reported back, often it's related to how you're set up. So for DUNS-related setup issues, be sure to contact vendors at SearsHC.com so that way you can get set up correctly and start seeing the data that you should be seeing. All right, I'm going to unmute and open it up for questions.
All participants are now in interactive talk mode.
I've been pulling the reporting information, and the options at the top said to pull either by Kmart hierarchy or Sears hierarchy. And when I pull them under each one, I get the same data. Is that because this only pulls for Kmart and I need to use a different system to get the Sears information, or is that something I need to email the vendor part because we might be set up incorrectly?
That hierarchy restriction is how you're looking at the data. I'm guessing that items that you might own that you're looking for are not part of Sears migrated businesses, so then you would need to go to that Sears data is available in Workbench, but only for that have migrated and use all the same systems that the Kmart site does. So that might be.
Those that use allocation get their information in Workbench. But if you're doing REM, currently use EE sales reports.
So I might need access to a different system to get the Sears specific information then, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And what was the email address I need to reach out to for that one?
You can reach out to vendors at SearsHC.com.
Perfect, thank you very much.
Yeah, just a friendly reminder, if you're not active, if you could please mute and have some background noise, it's really just...
Yes, and the presentation will be provided for you guys. I've got another question that says, when I select all options, nothing happens. Now, I'm not sure what your screen looks like, but you have the option to select in Excel as you're adding your selections, as well as after you have edited, to download to Excel. And I think if the download to Excel isn't working, then Excel should work.
It should be one or the other, I think. And if you're still having vendors at SearsHC.com, it might be an IT issue. You get IT involved. So any other questions?
I got a question on the cost. When I set up a cost, the cost doesn't come on the Excel report. Am I doing something wrong?
So the cost isn't showing up for you?
Yep.
Ooh. There's a couple things that I'm thinking. If the cost isn't showing up for you, it might be... It should show for your but if it's sourced from vendors, that might be why the issue is happening. But it should be showing up if you
not that big of a deal, but I thought I'd ask.
If it happens, you know, if it's a one-off thing, but if it becomes an issue, I would vendors at Sears HC, because again, that might be something to do with, I need to get IT involved if the not reporting glitch.
Thanks.
And then, so the Excel option is not working after you hit.
Did you have the option to select it from the criteria page? Mai?
Yes, I do have that option, and when I did select the Open in Excel, the checkbox, nothing seems to actually be exporting into Excel. Like Excel opens, but it keeps saying processing.
Okay, that might, if it opens, then something should be happening. The processing issue, I'm not sure what's going on. There should be a screen prompt that pops up that asks you if you want to download the report. You might try saving it. That option does pop up for you, and then try to open it.
You might also see, depending on the browser you're using or how it's set up, how your preferences are set up, it may automatically download folder, and it might not ask you if you want to open or save. So if you look, I would say maybe try looking in your folder and see if it's going there. Yes.
So I did select it, and it did prompt me, do I want to open or save it? And I selected open, and Excel has just that green screen that just says Excel and processing, and nothing actually happens.
Yeah,
So I wasn't sure if I needed a certain, do I need a certain version of the Internet Explorer in order for it to read correctly, or do I need a certain version of Excel?
I would think the default that you have should work. Try saving it and then opening it after it's.
Okay, and also what version of Excel does Kmart use, just so I know if there's data restrictions?
I think it's compatible from the current.
Yeah. The other thing that you can do if you're still not able to get it to export is in the screen that pops up after you run it within your browser. You can select everything and paste it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions?
Nope. Well, thank you guys so much for calling in and participating.
If you think of any more questions, feel free to reach out to us at Senior University at SearsHC.com. If you know it's going to be a technical issue with IT, you can go ahead and email vendors at SearsHC.com, or Stephanie's. This is also in the PowerPoint that I'll be sending out. Everyone have a great day. Bye. No, they don't.
Your conference is ending now. As requested by the host, please hang up.